So back on track, huh? One step at a time. What's back on track look like to you? Does that mean for you personally in your life, in my life, that we were off track and now we're back on track? Maybe. Does it mean that we've been on the same track, we've been on the same path, but we began to focus on the impossibilities or on the obstacles, on the, I'm just not sure that can happen. And getting back on track is simply seeing that through God all things are possible, and the things that were huge obstacles for us are just these little things that can be moved out of the way. Is it the one step at a time? We're waking up each morning and saying, what can I do? What is mine to do today? And if something shows up, do it. And if nothing shows up, say, thanks for the day off, and go have fun. As adults, we have amazing ways of overcomplicating the most simple stuff. And our truth in our hearts is profoundly simple. We know where we want to be. We may even know the steps that we need to do or we feel compelled to do or guided to do to get us to where we want to be. At the beginning of this year, beginning of 2012, the message was, what's your intention for 2012? Business as usual. And I know where I'm going, and I got my time frame I'm working on to get there, and I'm kind of chugging along. And, I'd really like this or that, but it's maybe not quite possible. So I'll settle for this. And making kind of a business as usual kind of year with low to medium expectations. Or whether 2012 was going to be absolutely miraculous. Absolutely beyond what you thought was possible. Now, just to make sure that these weren't just words, just goofy, empty words. God gave us all kinds of examples here in recent times. We know my mom over there, we know Billy, and we know that she said, God, I really want a sister. And my sister and I aren't really seeing eye to eye, and I'm not saying I want to replace her, but I'd like another one. Now you would think that with the life experience that she's had, that she would know whether or not she had more than one sister. And at one of the card parties, she was asking for some guidance on it. The guidance that came through was, if you want a new sister, manifest it. And let God figure out the how. It could be the same sister that you already have, and a different version of her showing up. It could be a best friend who now becomes like a sister. It could be an actual sister. I don't know. But put your intention out there beyond the possible, and let God work. And be prepared to be amazed. A couple weeks later, Ancestry.com, guess what? She's got 2 brand new sisters. Flies out on Thursday to go see them. Go meet her sisters for the first time that she didn't know she had. Blip, blip, hey, looky there. I'm reminded back in all of our lives and all of our journeys, things that at different points we thought were impossible. Our backsides were against a wall in a corner. We managed to get ourselves wedged in pretty good to wherever we were. And somewhere, somehow along the way, God did something like this. And it changed. And it changed. And the stuff that we had struggled against for a long time, or we thought was simply impossible, suddenly was possible in our lives. Suddenly was possible. And we look at today's message about getting back on track and one step at a time. Now, when you really, truly embrace that you can do, have, or become, or experience absolutely anything, and you tie that into and mirror that in with, through God, all things are possible, without question, without limit. And that I and you have the ability to co-create with God, to create a partnership that says, God, this is what I want, and even though to me it is just beyond the possible that I could have, live, or experience this thing, with you, if we're going to be partners in this, I know that we can do it. Now I'm willing to wake up every morning and say, what can I do? And whatever you tell me, man, I'll do it. I'll do my part. Now even though all that's true, I'm allowing myself to dream bigger than I have before, and that's spooky. That's spooky. Because what if this thing that before I thought was impossible, what if it really was possible? And if you're willing to co-create it with me, and I'm willing to do my part, then I can actually get on the other side of this thing. I'm a little scared. I'm not talking about embracing fear or anything like that. I'll tell you, I've said it before, and everybody in this room, and I know a lot of you are teachers, and you know that there is no way to learn something like trying to teach it, because God goes, hey, watch this, pull my finger. You just experienced it times a whole bunch. And this week is no exception. In fact, come on, buddy. Last night at 11:11 in the evening, my wife informed me that she's pregnant, and we are going to have a child. In fact, we believe that we're going to have 2 children. Now, folks have been coming to the card parties for the last couple months. We've been asking about this little boy and this little girl, and we've been doing it kind of in code. Because they've been coming to us for the last couple of years, but really real strong for the last couple of months. And so if you look over on the shelf, I actually redid the shelf last week before Mary even knew she was pregnant, but down in the bottom shelf there's family, and there's a little boy and a little girl next to the family picture praying. And when that got put together, and of course Christ right above that, and the archangels kind of looking over the whole thing. When we looked at that, we went, wow, that's the kids right there, and I know they're coming. They've been playing with us in dream time and introduced themselves, and I can even say what their names were and all these things. So in the card parties, we've been asking for them by name, because it's kind of a code, I guess. But anyway, let's talk about practicing what you're preaching. This is beyond my possible. I have not been a father in this lifetime. I have no clue what that's about to be. But I believe that I already have co-created it. I will continue to co-create it with my wife, with my God, with my family. And that we will do the very best that we can every step of the way. And if it gets a little spooky, that there may only be one set of footprints in the sand. And God may be carrying both of us. Or there might be a whole herd of footprints in the sand as we're all walking it together, going, oh, thank you so much for helping me out with this part and understanding that part, and this is just so cool. And whatever in your life there is that you want to overcome, that you want to get on the other side of, it doesn't matter if it's health, if it's finance, if it's relationship, whatever it is that you thought before was impossible, I am here to assure you that it is possible. To assure you that it is possible. In the same way that I ask that you join me in my journey of life, that you help along the way however you feel guided, that also you allow me to be, and Mary to be, and about to be, Trinity and Seven to be, to come help out in your journey, however we can, however we're guided. That together, all things are possible. Even the spooky stuff, even the stuff that we haven't done before, even the stuff that we weren't sure was possible. All of it. And not only is it a journey, being on the path and taking a step at a time, but it's a fun journey. It's a fun journey. And in the song earlier that they sang about God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. And we can think about that song from a love perspective. We can think about it from a family perspective. We can think about it from a spiritual perspective. We can think about it as this family, this spiritual family perspective. We can think about it from an individual relationship that we have with our Creator perspective. And now, I have a new perspective. May God bless the broken road that led me to you. Now, I don't know what that's going to look like. And I don't know what your journey is going to look like. I don't know what you really, really want in your life. You do. Some of you have shared with me what you want. I will do my level best to help you get it. Achieve it, accomplish it, experience it, no matter what it is. The Vision Board workshop that we have set for this Friday isn't just about cutting pretty pictures and putting them on board. It's about refocusing some energy and creating a life that we want to live. In a way that's fun, that's joyous, that's exciting, that's connected. It's a team sport, and a heck of a team. Apparently the team's growing. So before we go any further in the service, I believe in the tools that we talk about enough that I actually like to use them. And so that being said, I would ask all of you who are willing to send your blessing, your love, to healthy, happy, spirit-filled youngins. And a healthy, happy mom.